Let's wait for that thing. Okay, now I'm live. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My stream crashed.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Mm.
She could have, but she didn't.
Built in 1937. Sven Finch. The Finches sound like an awesome family.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Her room was like a museum.
Who was Odin? Odin Finch.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. All the handprints from the family. You said what? This is cool. I've seen footprints though, but they're on birth certificates. 1977, 1970, 1955, 52, 43. This is so cool. Sword. Ooh, it even tells you that, look, it even tells you that the game crashed. That's cool. I see their little finch birds. How do we get out of here?
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Her whole bathroom is all pink.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Milton. There's alcohol in here. This house is so cool. Fort Sam. Fort Calvin. So Calvin liked space. And Sam liked the army. Look at this kid's room. Hold on, let me get back around here. This dang chair. Look, that's his bed up there, or I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the command center. This little kid has an awesome room. That's one of the side. To the command center, look, it says Fort Calvin right there, and then right here, this kid likes the army. So, that's all his stuff. This is so cool. He's got antlers over his bed. Pictures of hunting. They've got real pictures in here. Well, they look real. This house is so amazing.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
This is super cool.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Do you want some pizza? I think I want some pizza or some noodles. If you pick up your feet, I can swing you. There we go.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
My brother said he'd die before he
At
ate
our
another
funeral,
mushroom.
We swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming! But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Where, what?
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
That gave me chills.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Did the microwave go off?
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Can I rope it back? Okay, I'll be right back.
Bother streaming. Doing anything.
Hey man, leave me alone. I said I'll just make noodles. Why? I asked you. You said no.
No.
Yeah, and
And I said no.
yeah. And then I
'Cause I
said
didn't want pizza.
yeah. Oh, do you want noodles?
Well,
Huh?
never mind.
I said I.
No, just do your stream, dude. You've been streaming for like an hour and you've been on there for 10 minutes.
How do I get out of here?
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That's super cool.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
I go back in.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him. Right?
Has she been murdered?
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
They have the music, the dun 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 dun. Which music is that? Here, listen. I'm sorry.
Wait.
Hopefully she hasn't been murdered. Uh-oh, there's blood.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
There's blood, dude. Whoa.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
He impaled and then ate his family? Ew. Oh, 10 years ago tonight. This is not supposed to be a scary game. Why am I looking for a killer in my basement? Ah!
Rattled and grew still.
This is not supposed to be scary. Ah! Oh, that's what you get.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help
Jerk.
you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
It's crutch.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Uh-oh. The little boy must have died. How do I get up there?
Walter had vanished.
Uh-oh.
His radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no!
Returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless.
She was murdered.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
She played her part beautifully.
Am I supposed to get out of the house?
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan.
Whack him. Yes. Push him over.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Can I run? Like, there's a killer in the house, dude. Let me guess, he's gone. Yep, he's gone.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
What the heck?
Oh dear.
Oh.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared in the night. And little Walter?
So did they eat her?
Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her.
Ew. Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered. As absurd as that comic was, maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
The story was messed up. She was killed by her fans. Or what? Barb Street. So now I've got to go downstairs.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Ah! Oh, excuse me. Stan's workshop.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he ran as far away as he could.
Harder on 100.
Why? Alvin cereal. Soup.
There's a pattern in all these stories. I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Dude, they have a bunker in their house.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, hey, Medalis.
I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day,
whoa!
I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Controller just went out of control.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough,
jeez,
you just do anything.
1976, there must have been a war or something.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. then one day, everything just stopped.
2005?
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Ate a can of peaches every day until
It's been a week
2005.
now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Oh no. Uh-oh, what happened? Here you are again. Oh, the internet went out. It says no internet. I did? Nope, it's unplugged. It was unplugged from the... There we go. Alright. If you said anything, Medales, I missed it. I didn't see anything. The chat, hold on, just don't say anything yet. Hold on, it's still... Alright, oh, Sleek's here. Hey, Sleek. What's going on? I'm playing that game I told you about. That new game I bought. What is that, mayonnaise? That's tomatoes. This guy was living good. He had tons of food ready. He lasted 30 years. He had grape jelly.
I know it's out there.
Tons of rice. Pork chunks? Ugh. Pea soup doesn't sound too bad. Pork chunk sounds disgusting. What is that? Oh, he's got tons of vitamins. Tons of cereal. More rice. I know out there. I know it's out there somewhere.
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin.
Oh, he's gonna break it.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
No! Oh god, dude, that's jacked up. The whole time, the monster that he was hiding from was a train, and he goes out to look.
Walter died when I was 6.
Oh, he gets hit by
I
the
can't believe my
train.
mom never told me he was down here.
Messed up, dude. Feel bad for Walter.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Are you? I don't know if I want to watch you because I plan on playing the game. I'll watch a little bit though.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Is this his compost pile?
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
You don't have to stay long, completely up to you, just a thought. Something other than peaches. That's the toilet pool. But it had a bunch of garbage in it.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Is that chairs in the
I don't know if I
trees?
should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy Jr.
Bob. Lucifer.
Closer right there.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on. But for Edie, the past never went away.
What am I looking at?
TV.
Oh. So how have you been, Medalis?
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
What I should go there.
Dude, why do you smell like pee?
I don't know.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Rush too much when you.
At school, we went to a lot of people. It was so funny. I was laughing. I couldn't hold it. So I couldn't hold it.
House was so creative. Everyone in this family was just so creative and artistic.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
I knew it.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
I'm guessing that was her side. But it's all made up and the pillows are there and that's his side. simplistic. Ooh, he's gonna.
Looks to me like.
Or maybe his wife died, and so he tries hard.
Those are the pillows. Decoration that.
But his has a pillow on the floor.
Yeah.
He's got an axe.
Slept in on that side.
Right. He's got an axe here for protection. Ooh, looks like he was a hunter. Oh, this is Sam from the little kid's room. This is his older room. Now we get to find out what happened to Sam. He's an axe murderer? No.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Yeah.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Aw.
No wonder why he killed her. She's that's his daughter. He didn't kill her. They all just happened to die in freak accidents, the whole family. But if you actually like listen to all these stories, this family is the most creative family. They all have this little thing about them. Like they're all very imaginative and creative. Like I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but they're just all wonderful. Ooh, Sleek donated 100 bits. Time for some hype. I cannot cheer to my own channel. Oh, that's why I'm not supposed to do that. I'm trying to do my emotes. Hype! Ooh, it looks like my other emote got accepted. Here, I'm gonna put it in here. It has nothing to do with your bits, but I just want to put it in here. My new emote, Doy Rage! Oh, 100 bits! How many pictures have I got to take? Why? Right. After you've been eating good food. Well, not after, because we hadn't cooked this week. They're all schizo? No, they're not, dude. How are they schizo? How? They're all, even the youngest one, Edie, not Edie, Molly, she was hungry. Her mom sent her to bed without dinner. I don't know if she starved to death or what, but
Should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're talking about how nice the family is, but her mom starved her to death by sending her to bed.
just one night though. She must have been bad or something.
She only starved her
Right like outside.
You can I don't know if you can starve in one night, but listen,
She has this
listen.
thing with identifying with the bad guy all the time.
No,
Like,
listen.
she always feels bad for the bad guy all the time.
Listen. The little girl, she imagined that she was all these different animals and all these different habitats eating, like she was always the person like chasing and hunting. She imagined she was the cat, and then she imagined she was an owl, and then after an owl she was a shark, and then she was an octopus or what was
How
it?
does this support your theory? Or your...
I said they're all creative and imaginative. Why am I watching my dad take a pee? I need a picture or something. Are you done, man?
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Told ya.
I'm just saying.
Oh my
I'm not always
gosh.
gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
A colony who? A colony who needs a
I bet
mayor.
if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Yeah, and schizo people are usually really creative and, contrary to popular belief, very smart. They can't divide reality from fantasy sometimes. If you watched from the beginning of this stream, then you'll understand. They're cool. I mean, it's tragic that they all died, but they would have been really cool people to know. They all died. It's like the house just ate them.
Could have been.
Like the house swallowed them up and kept all the stories. Can I like move on or what? I have to take a certain picture to move on. A buck!
Eyes, Don.
Go back too.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don,
Yeah,
you don't
dude.
have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great
Shot
shot,
him.
Don.
OMG, a buck, hurry, get the gun.
about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Yeah.
I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Oh no, he's gonna get stuck.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck,
When
Kay.
you think of
Love, Sam.
Jeffrey,
Can the controller?
but very likable, charming, and charismatic. Poor baby. Hey, what are you squeaking about, Squeaky? What? What's up, Squeaks?
Go outside?
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet
Where's the controller?
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard. Before the
Your
day
friend
my
is still
brother
waiting
said
for you.
Teenage disregard, that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Hold on.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Look, the kid flipped his dad off.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Hey, I know why. Cause it was, No, because it was on the Wii U one. It was on the Wii U.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Plug them into that. What are you doing? Charger?
This is.
Down here somewhere.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
I didn't plug it.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay, that was not the right thing to do.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good, almost normal. but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
What?
Told one of my soldiers to do something and they all moved over there again, like it always does. So now the infection.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
How do I get to his castle?
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
What's this? He could sleep in here?
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
What's up? Why are you so weird?
Imagine how boring it would be if I wasn't with you.
Yeah, dude. It would just be, what's up? No, that's not funny. Okay.
There's a story that
The first story about the Twitch community?
No.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I did that in somebody else's chat. Anytime he would go AFK, I would tell the whole chat a story. I don't remember the story I told though. Do you remember it?
Milton Finch
Remember
in
what I think.
The Magic Paintbrush.
What was it about? Oh, dude,
But it was pretty unclear.
Yeah, that's I just make them up as soon as the one line goes out. I make up another line. They're not like any normal story. I just kind of make it up as I go. Why are you not? Oh, maybe he painted himself a door and he got out of it. He's just gone.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Close the door.
Oh, whoa, puppy dog. Look at all these paints.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Yeah, because your lungs are saying, hey dude, it's full in here, don't bring any more air in there. There's no more room. What are you doing? Everybody in this family has a little logo. Some of these people were famous. Some of these people just were...
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself.
Well, looks like you know where you're gonna build and... What are you doing with your hand?
After
Stop
he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
I was gonna climb up these steps. Look. I was gonna climb up these steps, but I think it's a better idea if I don't.
Yeah, probably.
Hi, big dog. You big old doggy dog. Ooh, look at these chairs. Those are cool. Oh, this is the front end of a boat. That's awesome. Hi, you big dog. This guy was a smoker.
Louis's room smelled very,
Look,
very familiar.
look.
That part
You're
of
just weird, that's all.
Made myself cough by talking.
Ooh, he had a dual monitor setup. This guy was a gamer also. Ooh, look at them headphones. What does this say? Cow something now.
Yeah, we the Modala.
100. We the media. The Modalis. We the Modalis. She's still here.
It almost looked
101.
like it at first.
Yeah. They have some like psychedelic music. Listen. Look at these old CDs, dude. You remember having one of these?
Yep.
Oh my god, what is this, a Wonderland thing?
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Foreshadowing. Dude, it's got a fridge in here. This setup is awesome. Theodore's Quality cigars. He's got a pipe right here. He's got a bunch of weed and pipe right there.
Nice.
He's got a hookah also.
I figured it out.
Figured what out?
If you accidentally double click on one of the rangers, it selects them all.
That's the problem. Stop talking to me without using your voice. It's weird. Marijuana. Lewis Finch locker contents. Ah, why do I keep doing that?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
How do I do this? What do I do? What do I do?
But he withdrew part of himself.
This is so hard to do!
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, dude. There's a mini game in the game, dude. There's a game in the game.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a
Medalis, where you at, girl?
labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
It's hard to cut the fish and also do this at the same
Talked
time.
about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
I'm playing this and this at the same time, dude. It's really hard to focus.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor.
I am your mayor!
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her.
Oops.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Look at his locker at work. Legalize marijuana.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Louis, you're not doing anything, dude. It looks like you're doing stuff, but you're not. He's too high. Buddy, you're not doing anything.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
None of them have faces, though.
Including the wise Calico, who insisted on inviting him.
That guy's happy to see me. Molly's here.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh no! He's gonna chop his head off! He's at the cap. Oh my god, dude! He's gonna chop.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
He thought he was. Oh no. Chopped his head off.
I My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh man. Who's left? Kay, Sven, Edie, and Sanjay, and Dawn. Didn't find out how Dawn died.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, There's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
What?
Edith. Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
No.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it.
Dude, if you build that...
Huh?
But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Workers.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you extend it from the... Go up? Why don't you extend it from right the edge of the water? No. The edge of the water, yeah, down. So you have more rocks. Oh, I thought you were just... Okay.
She got better for a while.
You need to build one from that lake to the trees too.
I need to take my time. Paused a lot.
And then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Is that... Am I being born, dude? I'm grossed out. Is that...
This journal was supposed to be for you.
I think so, dude. Being born, I don't like it.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Oh, dude, I'm totally being born.
But I guess if you're reading
It's all
this
pink.
now, things didn't work out that way.
You hear the controller?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it.
What?
It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What? I'm dead, homie. No way. The house is different. That movie was great. I mean, that show was great. I mean, this game was great. Well, I mean, I watched it, the whole thing. I watched it. I never figured out what happened to Dawn or Sanjay. I'm guessing the Dallases are the family that this is based off of, because these are real pictures. Oh, look at that guy. You chunky butt. Well, that's it. Is this Milton? Alright, I'm gonna see if I could get into it. Oh, nobody's here. Okay, well, I'll just end stream here. And I'm gonna see if my life wants to play.